And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. A band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. Somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. And there our story might well have ended. The mighty Casey never played another inning for the Mudville Nine. He went back to the stone quarries and coal mines from whence he came and lived out his life in quiet disgrace and humiliation. He was known as Strikeout Casey from the mayor on down the line. But fate is fickle and the road is long, and it is rare that it does not one day turn again. So we pick up the story of the once mighty Casey 20 years later, a different place and time. The Bugville team was surely up against a rocky game. The chances were they'd win defeat and undying fame. 3 men were hurt and 2 were benched. The score stood 6-4. They had to make 3 hard-earned runs in just 2 innings more. It can't be done, the captain said, a pallor on his face. I've got 2 pitchers in the field, a mutt on second base. And should another man get spiked or crippled in some way, then we'd sure be down and out with 8 men left to play. We're up against it anyhow, as far as I can see. My men ain't hitting like they should, and that's what worries me. The luck is with the other side. No pennant will we win. It's mighty tough, but we must take our medicine and grin. The 8th round opened 1-2-3. The enemy went down. The Bugville boys went out the same. The captain wore a frown. The top half of the 9th came round. 2 men had been called out when Bugville's catcher broke a thumb and could not go that route. A deathly silence settled over the crowd assembled there. Defeat would be allotted them. They felt it in the air. With only 8 men left to play, 'twould be a gruesome fray. Small wonder that the captain cursed the day he learned to play. Lend me a man to finish with, he begged the other team. Lend you a man, the foe replied. My boy, you're in a dream. We want to win the pennant too. That's what we're doing here. There's only one thing you can do. Call for a volunteer. The captain stood and pondered in a listless sort of way. He never was a quitter. He would not be today. Is there within the grandstand here, his voice rang loud and clear, a man who has the sporting blood to be a volunteer? Again that awful silence settled over the multitude. Was there a man among them with such recklessness imbued? The captain stood with cap in hand while hopeless was his glance. And then a short and stocky man cried out, I'll take a chance! Into the field he bounded with a step both firm and light. Lend me the mask and mitt, he said, I'll finish up the fight. The game is now beyond recall, I'll last at least a round. Although I'm ancient, you will find me muscular and sound. His hair was sprinkled here and there with little streaks of gray. Around his eyes and on his brows a bunch of wrinkles lay. The captain smiled despairingly, then slowly turned away. Why, he's all right, one rooter yelled. Another, let him play. All right, go on, the captain sighed. The stranger turned around, threw off his coat and collar too, and threw them on the ground. The humor of the situation seemed to hit them all, and as he donned the mask and mitt, the umpire cried, Play ball! 3 balls at him the pitcher threw, 3 balls of lightning speed. The stranger caught them all with ease and did not seem to heed. Each ball had been pronounced a strike, the side had been called out. And as he went into the bench, he heard the rooter shout. One Bugville boy was out on strikes, and one was killed at first. The captain saw his awkward pose and gnashed his teeth and cursed. The 3rd man smashed a double, and the 4th man swatted clear. And then in a thunder of applause, up came the volunteer. His feet were planted in the earth. He swung a warlike club. The captain saw his awkward pose and softly whispered dub. The pitcher looked at him and grinned, then heaved a mighty ball. The echo of that fearful swat still lingers with us all. High, fast, and far that spheroid flew. It sailed and sailed away. It ne'er was found, so it's supposed it floats on to this day. 3 runs came in. The pennant would be Bugville's for a year. The fans and players gathered round to cheer the volunteer. "What is your name?" the captain asked. "Tell us your name," cried all, as down his cheeks great tears were seen to run and fall. For one brief moment he stood still, then murmured soft and low, "I'm mighty Casey, who struck out just 20 years ago."